Hello, I'm Bernadette Schwert and I'm the Director at the Australian School of Copywriting, and I'm here today to talk to you about a really exciting webinar that's coming up very shortly, and it's called How to Build a Website and Hold Your Web Developer Accountable. Now, the reason I've put this webinar on is because I train a lot of students, literally hundreds and hundreds of students, and one of the key questions I get is, how do I build a website? I also coach a lot of clients who don't want to be copywriters but have an existing business who say, I have a website, but it's not doing what I want it to do. And what I'm experiencing and have for some time is that people say, well, how do I find a web developer and how do I brief them? How do I make sure they do what they say they're going to do? And how do I know how much they should charge? And how long will it take for them to do this job that I'm asking them to do? So a lot of questions that people have about how to build a website or how to take their existing website to the next level. And it struck me that I thought, well, wouldn't it be great if there was a web developer who is an expert at this, who is not building websites for anybody. That's not what he does. He is a consultant to the highest level in corporate life and government. And wouldn't it be great if you could ask him your questions and actually show him your website? Give him access if you want to, so he can go behind the scenes, he can look at how it's been built, and he can comment, he can ask you some questions, and then you can feed back to him what you're asking or what you're looking for. And from there, he can actually tell you best practice. And not just best practice, but the most effective, efficient way of getting that software, because sometimes web developers don't know what's out there. And what I can say for sure is that Toby Tremaine, who is my consultant on this project, knows exactly what's out there. So if you're interested in being a part of this, I'm only taking 10 people who will have their websites assessed. You'll get the chance to walk Toby through the webinar. You'll get the chance to ask him any question that you want and submit those questions in advance of the webinar. He'll look at your website before the webinar and he'll give you some really, really structured and helpful advice on the night of the webinar. So if that's of interest, 10 people only. It'll go for 2.5 hours. You don't have to attend everything, but what I'm actually thinking is that if you can and hear other people's stories and hear what Toby has to say about their website, you'll probably find there's some commonality and some things that you might learn just by listening to other people. So that's for 10 people. If you don't want your website assessed, but you'd really like to sit in and watch other people getting assessed, where you can actually be an observer, it's a lesser price, but that's a chance to actually hear everything that's going on. And indeed, if you can't make the date, we're happy to send you the recording also. So there's 3 levels that you can be involved with, and we hope that you can be a part of it. But we really think this is so important because it is a key stumbling block that a lot of people have in their business that stops them from doing what they need to do and what they want to do. And this is a person who can actually help you overcome those stumbling blocks. I hope you can be there. All the best.